The modern-day liberal seems to lack the intelligence and skills needed to effectively express their viewpoints in a constructive and respectful way to get people to listen and take them seriously. Many who identify as Democrat choose name-calling, making false accusations, and when all else fails, likely to resort to violence. In this video, we'll be checking out a rant by Kasparian, who takes offense to people using the Bible as their moral code. Now, Kasparian is the producer and host of the progressive online talk show, The Young Turks. And this is a prime example of how liberals approach subjects with people they disagree with, which does more damage than good.
These comments might be strong, but it's how I genuinely feel. I don't care that you're a Christian. I don't care what the Bible says. Like, I feel like it's a clown show, like sitting here trying to decipher what your little mythical book has to say about these very real political issues.
So right out of the gate, Anna resorts to name-calling by comparing Christian beliefs to a clown show and referring to the Bible as a mystical book. Now, mocking someone's beliefs is one way to certainly keep distance between yourself and those you disagree with. Now, while you may disagree with someone's religion, this approach actually makes things worse. Now, in order to effectively persuade someone, you have to understand not only what they believe, but why they believe it. Plus, speak with a tone that's not condescending. Anna's tone alone is extremely hostile and comes packed with a lot of hate. I mean, this approach doesn't strengthen her credibility. Times where emotional speeches really connect with people is when they're motivational, encouraging, and inspiring, not when the intent is to belittle an individual or a group of people. And while Anna has every right to her opinion, I mean, her approach will only reach those who might find her Karen-like response to be funny and share the same level of hate she does.
Right? I don't care if you're Christian. In fact, I will fight for you to have your religious liberty and practice your Christianity. I believe in that. I don't believe in Christianity, which means that you do not get to dictate the way I live my life based on your religion.
Now, I have to wonder if this rant is based on experiences and has actually been subjected to, or perhaps she's aware that abortion is an evil practice and this rant is perhaps an internal battle she's having within herself. Now, I don't understand how Anna can claim that using a Bible as one's moral compass is stupid, while the way she arrives at her own conclusions when it comes to political issues is supposedly both intelligent and based more on reality. I mean, if Anna actually followed the science, she wouldn't show support for transgenderism or abortion. At this point, I think most of us are aware the only time the left really wants people to follow the science is when it supports one of their narratives. However, this is the liberal mindset. I mean, many of today's liberals believe they've been granted special abilities to make judgments and are certain they're the experts on what's good for everyone else.
I don't care what the Bible says. You have every right in the world. All those women who identify with your religion have every right in the world to not get an abortion, to not take birth control, but they do not have the right to dictate my life and what I decide to do with my body. I don't care about your goddamn religion. I'm so tired of having nonstop conversations about what the Bible says. You live your life in the way that you interpret the Bible. Again, I don't care, but you don't get to take the Bible and tell me, well, the Bible says this in this chapter, in this verse. I don't care. I don't care. I don't believe in it. And I have the right, based on our Constitution, to not believe in it.
Not only does Anna deny the existence of God, without realizing it yet, she also denies the existence of science. Science confirms life begins at conception, meaning abortion is the actual killing of a child. Now, is she mad at Christians for taking a stand against death? No. She's mad at Christians for telling her the truth behind abortion instead of making her feel less guilty about her stance on the issue. And she does have the God-given right to accept or deny God. But it's not okay for Anna to demand others never talk about their faith or political beliefs in front of her. I mean, she's a political commentator, therefore this goes along with the territory. It's a free country. Anna can either choose to walk away when certain topics are brought up, she can engage in a mature conversation or debate, or take the path most traveled by those on the left by becoming triggered and screaming out insults, like she's demonstrated in this video. Her intention is simply to demean Christians who are pro-life, giving the impression this is a bigger issue than what it really is, while at the same time portraying herself as a victim of people with different political viewpoints, supposedly being forced down her throat. Therefore, if you want to be taken seriously, it's important to keep these three things in mind. Number one, Listen to what people believe and why they believe it. Just blurting out your political stances and condemning anyone who thinks differently is not going to resonate with them. Many people have strong feelings on certain political issues, and it's important to first find out why their feelings are so strong in order to better understand where they're coming from, so you get an idea how to better deliver your message. The second thing is to speak in a respectful tone. A condescending voice puts people on the defensive right away. Whatever you have to say is immediately discredited when you add sarcasm. Speaking out of anger will certainly raise eyebrows, but will also make you look like an unhinged lunatic. And finally, be willing to agree to disagree. If your intention is to persuade someone to consider your point of view, it may take several discussions before they see things your way. Or, there's also the reality they may never change their political views. However, after a few discussions, at least you'll see why they stand strong in their political beliefs. Because the more you understand about your opponent's views, the better equipped you'll be for future debates. This is how you gain credibility with both your peers and your opponents. You'll be a greater influence on people with mature, fact-based discussions than you ever will by screaming profanities and being condescending.